When you're ready, go ahead and lay all the way back, nice and comfortable. As we're laying here on the ground, begin to let some good deep breaths flow. This is what I love about yoga classes. Most of the time, I'm not really aware of my breath, but it's like the moment I start my yoga class, suddenly that deep breath flows and it reminds me. It's like, let's come back home. Why aren't we here more of the time? So just that beautiful breath flowing deep and full. And with our fun weather we've got today, some snow coming down, some good cold breezes, all this. The image that I was thinking of was the Grinch and how it's almost like he let the cold into his heart and it made it so that he was very cold to everybody around him. He became selfish, greedy, even stealing. The opposite can also be true. We can instead of letting that cold in, we can, find the warmth in our body. I think of that as the solar plexus area. So we'll start off with just a simple core thing to get to touch into that. But find that warmth in the body and imagine sending that warmth to the heart space, whether what craziness is going on around us. And so in that way, it's like we're metaphorically helping our heart to be more compassionate, more kind, looking out for others a little bit better. So that's the idea that we're playing with for our class today. We'll be doing all sorts of heart openers. Just get this space open laterally, forward, backwards, all sorts of directions. And so today, to get us started, let's begin to the chest. Hands on each knee, just do some easy rocking for the low back. Like I mentioned, we're starting off by kind of touching into that fire. And when we're in that fire, when you're starting a fire, like a campfire, you don't start off with that tremendous bonfire already. It has to start off with that small little spark, and then you gently blow on it. So that's kind of like what this gentle rocking is. So from here, let's cultivate some of that warmth in the belly with the hands to the knees, even forehead to the knees. That'll be our exhales. With the inhales, stretch arms and legs away from one another and circle right back in. Good, and take that a few times. So note that you can change the intensity. If the legs go higher, almost even upright, that'll be a lot easier. And if the legs go lower, kind of hovering above the ground, that'll make it harder. So you choose the intensity. We're taking a few more. Make sure the low back is happy. You can always go a little higher if low back is having issues. But really connect with the breath as well. We know how important that breath is for fire. Good. Let's do another 5 and curl in. 4, 3, 2. Good. Last one out. Curl in. Easy rocking again. Imagine we've kind of sparked that fire. And so now we need to gently spread that fire up to the heart space. What we're going to do is cross the right thigh tightly over left thigh, or take figure 4 and then grab onto the ankles if you can, one on each side. If that's not working, do the figure 4. And that'll help to stretch the hip area. For a couple of good breaths. Starting to spread the arms open to left and right. Keep the legs crossed, they fall to the left. Nice twist. This twist is where I start imagining that fire beginning to kind of trickle its way right up to the heart space, nice and gentle. Let those easy breaths flow for a moment. Good. Hips start to return back to ground. Once hips are down, legs straighten up to sky, and then go to the wide figure V, floating. Hands can rest on inner thighs. This allows the legs to switch from that internal rotation we just did to now external for a moment. Okay, when you're ready to cross left ankle over or left thigh tightly over, take that. We're trying to grab onto ankles if we can. If not, it's the figure four, and that's fine. Goodies that works us into some of those deep hip muscles. Inhale. Exhale, arms spread open. Crossed legs fall to right this time. A few more breaths. Last good inhale. Exhale, hips return to mat. Make sure they're centered, and then wide legs up to sky again. Hands can rest on inner thighs if that's helpful. Transition from this into happy baby, sliding hands up to feet, the knees are bent. This can be rocking if you like, stillness if you prefer. I kind of envision it as any of these movements are whatever it is that's going to help keep on warming the body up, keep on preparing it for all these good things coming up. Okay, so hands release the feet drop down close to glutes, preparing for bridge pose. Hands are on the floor by the hips. We're gonna lift up and down 4 times in bridge, and then take a 5th one to stay lifted. So when you're ready, your inhale starts lifting up your tailbone, your sacrum, rising up 1 vertebrae at a time. Use the whole exhale to roll all the way back down to earth. Rising up for 3, and down. 2, 1, and then that bonus one to stay. If you can clasp hands under the back, once you're lifted one more time, take the clasp, let the heart space start to open, If no clasp is happening, that's okay. It's not required. We're starting to move a little bit more into that heart opening like I promised. Two more breaths. Feel how this opens pecs. Palms are face down. We lower the glutes onto the palms. Once our glutes are all the way down, I like to do a little push, like kind of like a sit-up to get myself propped up on elbows. Slide my legs long. Heart lifts up to sky. Head rocks back. Crown of head just perhaps grazing the ground if that doesn't sacrifice through the heart. So how this is shifting that opener that we got even higher up the spine, directly into that heart space. One more good inhale. Exhale, chin gently in. Start to unwind the hands. We're pressing our way up to sit. Once we're sitting all the way up tall, let's circle arms up to sky. Exhale, release forward. And while we're on the ground, we can't really stretch the back space in between shoulder blades that well. So even allow your hands to slide forward of where they are, rounding through the shoulder blade area. So that way you can stretch in between that spot. Like we're opening up the back half of the heart. Spine gently rounds up. We're leaving left leg, right foot plants, the knee is facing up. And we're taking a twist. So left hand grabs that right knee, right hand is behind us. Think of straightening the spine up first to spiral around the vertebra. Imagine experiencing how this opens up different parts of the heart space yet. So a nice inhale. Exhale. Returning spine forward. Let that right thigh fall open to ground in the bench shape. Again, circle arms up to sky. Release forward, forward fold. Keeping both sitting bones on the ground. Start to venture your hands over to the right as far as it feels useful to start opening up more of the muscles of the back. And we'll walk hands back forward. Take the hands to the outside of left leg. Walk just a little bit off to that side to open up more of the muscles of the back. Okay, go back forward for a breath or two. The spine rises up. This right knee lifts back up right where it was. 3 times we're taking a heart opener, a wild thing variation. So we're planting our left hand behind us. 3 times this right hand swings up as we try to lift up the hips. 3, and gently down. 2, 1 more. Good. As we rest down, switch out the legs. We're extending right, planting left, twist. So right hand drags the left knee, Left hand is behind us, spine lifts up, just spiral around. Turning forward, left knee opens to ground, circle up to sky, inhale, exhale, release forward. Again, both sitting bones stay on the ground. Walk the hands a bit to the left. And walk to the right, even past the right leg if you can. Back to center for a bonus breath or two. Easy rise up. Left knee pops back up. Right hand is planted behind us. Sweep up the left hand, lifting hips, 3. And gently down. 2. And 1. Good work. As we're back down, swing the legs underneath the body. We're kneeling. Let's start to explore some cat-cows, really trying to fill the heart space open. So the cat heart goes up to the sky. That's a good exhale. Inhale, cow, belly down, heart down, and flow with the breath. Complete exhale and inhale, kind of imagining that's massaging these areas of the heart. Take 3 more. 2. And 1. Beautiful. So back to neutral spine, bump the hands forward to kneeling plank. Slow motion using your strength, lower belly all the way down to the ground. Once you're on the ground, take it to Sphinx pose. So elbows slide under shoulders, we're pressing up. Try to imagine dragging the hands toward you without them moving. So instead the heart space gets pulled forward and through. So how you can kind of roll the shoulders back just a little bit. Good, and using the Sphinx to go into a quad stretch, the left hand swivels in, the right hand grabs the right foot. If you're having trouble grabbing the foot, I'll give you plenty of time so you can always set up a little strap or scarf around that foot. At first, it's about a quad stretch, so trying to get that right foot as close as you can. And then I want you to turn this into a heart opener. So push the right foot into the hand. Feel how that rolls the right shoulder more open, pulls the heart space open. Good. Just one more inhale there. Exhale, switch out the arms. Now it's right popping us up. grab left. And at first it's about the quad stretch, gently pulling the foot in. Push the foot into the hand. Feel that open the shoulder and the pec. One more inhale. Exhale. Gentle release. Press back to child pose. The arms can be stretching forward or tucked backward, whatever feels best at this moment. Walking the hands back in, we're up to a high kneeling position, torso rising all the way up. Slide the right leg out to the right side. We haven't gotten much into the side rib area, so let's take a moment to slide right hand down the right leg. Left hand reaches to sky. As you lean over, imagine those little tiny muscles in between each and every one of the ribs. Imagine opening that space to kind of unlock the heart. So a couple of really good breaths. Feel how much you can expand the side ribs. One more inhale. Exhale as we gently come up. We're taking it to half camel. Maybe tuck the left toes for a couple of extra inches there. Left hand reaches for left heel. Right hand up to sky, arch back. Feeling, if nothing else, the heart space trying to open up. Just one more good inhale. Good. Exhale, easy out. Lower down to elbows. And if you ever need just a little bit more than this sensation you're experiencing here, inch the elbows a little closer to straight leg. That heart to open all directions. One more inhale. Exhale. Coming to hands, slide the right knee in, left leg slides out. We'll go up high. Lateral leaning, slide the left hand down left leg, reach right up to sky. Continue to lean over until you can feel as if you're unlocking this right half of the heart. Inhale, exhale, rising up. A moment with half camel, right hand to right heel, left hand up to sky, arch back. If nothing else, it's the heart. You're trying to get the chest forward and the pecs open back. Nice inhale. Exhale, easy, easy up. Lower down to elbows. Maybe inch closer into straight leg if you need a little more. As we come onto hands, legs are underneath us. The legs feel ready to stretch out. Let's take them up to downward facing dog. Start to pedal out through calves, hamstrings. Good motions going on. You get to choose how long to stay. Maybe this is opening up really good deep stuff. Whenever you're satisfied, you're welcome to make your way up to top of mat. Get a couple of bonus breaths, 2 cycles in and out. Next, inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Let's wind the right elbow under the left elbow like an eagle's wrap. From this shape, the elbows lift up to sky, taking a little bit of a back bend. The belly, the heart open. And then elbows into belly button. Feel the shoulders and the shoulder blade area have some space. Kind of hunching the heart down. Good. Spine back upright, elbows stay wound. Sit the hips back like fierce pose. You can stay in the fierce pose, or maybe right thigh wraps over for eagle. Left leg will be the standing leg. So as we straighten that left leg, right knee floats. Get back, warrior 3. Land the whole foot, warrior 1. And from there, elbows lift up to sky. Opening that heart space again. A huge opening of the arms. Feel that chest expand. Clasp the hands behind your back. Pull those clasped hands down for another moment. Lifting chin back up, heart opening. And then bowing forward. The hands are in that shoulder stretch behind you. Heart is getting that rounded shape down. The hands can drop back down the hips. As we release them, roll the spine back up. Sweep arms up to sky. Palms touch. Trace the hands slightly backwards, just another heart opener. And then as the arms open up to help us balance, we're trying to stand in balance on that left foot. See if you can take right hand to right foot. If you need to be by wall, that's okay, behind your back. So this is starting off with quad stretch. So if you don't feel the quad, the tailbone scoops under or the knee pulls back. You're welcome to stay with quad stretch, or if anybody wants to play with dancer, we're stretching left arm up to sky for balance, and then kicking the foot into the hand. It's kind of like what we did on the floor. The purpose of the kick is to roll that shoulder open, creating heart opening. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, easy up. If the feet need some attention, give it some love. Like that reminder where I'm not taking advantage of you like the Grinch. I'm just loving you, warming you up. Good. And that feels happy. Feet are under the hips. We're taking left elbow under right. Moment with the back bend, elbows lift, heart arches. And elbows into belly, rounding upper back. So back upright. Fierce pose, sitting hips back. You can stay or left thigh wraps over. Right leg is a standing leg, so we straighten it, float left knee, kick back warrior 3. Land warrior one, elbows up to sky, heart opening. Feel the expansiveness in the chest as you spread the arms open, clasp hands behind back. Pull down first, another heart opening. Bowing forward, shoulder stretch behind your back. Hands drop down, release. Spine rises up. Palms touch, tracing fingers backwards, just another moment. Good, and then as arms become the balance beam, we shift our weight onto right foot. Trying to switch to quad stretch, left hand grabs left foot. So make sure you do feel the quad stretch. If you're not there, tailbone needs to scoop under or knee pulls back. If you're playing with dancer, the right hand can reach up for the balance. Sticking the foot into the hand is really the biggest thing I'm focusing on today. Feel how that pulls the shoulder more open. Another good inhale. And exhale, easy up. Releasing feet. If you need to massage them, take a moment. Good. We're going to try to head through toe squat to get back down to floor. So if your knees don't like toe squat today, just drop down to the floor. We'll meet you there in just a moment. So toe squat is inner thighs squeezing together. Hands at heart. As we start to bend the knees, we're lowering glutes down to heels. Keep the inner thighs squeezing together for the balance. Good. And one hand in front, one hand behind. Gently lowering down to sit. Okay, so slide left foot forward. The right leg is going to tuck back. We're taking another quad stretch. So from here, if this is not pulling the knee too tight already, bring the hands behind. If you want one more step, that would be left elbow down. Another step is right elbow. For today, if you get to this point, rather than going to floor, feel the heart lift up, maybe head rocks back onto that pool of the shoulders. So we're getting that heart opener with the quad stretch. One more inhale. Easy exhale. Chin into chest. Get the hands planted. Free out the right leg. Tucking left back. Yeah, little wiggles are fine. Okay, so make sure not to hurt the knee again. Maybe we're on hands behind us. Maybe right elbow. Maybe both elbows. Maybe heart open. Chin into chest, hands plant. As you free out the leg, let the legs widen out to figure V shape. Let's take a moment to just balance the spine, sliding the hands forward and through. Hands back in. Let's come back to kneeling. Legs are underneath us. Let's do 3 nice cat cows. So round spine up to sky. And down. 2. 1. Beautiful. From a neutral spine, take it to downward facing dog. Right leg floats. And then step right foot to outside of right hand. The back knee lowers down for a moment, taking lizard pose. So hips are sinking forward. Maybe we lower. Left elbow to floor, maybe both. You choose the depth that feels good for hips right here. Take it back up onto hands. We tuck the back toes, lifting that left knee. We're preparing to come up to stand from this balancing shape. So note that because we step the foot wide, we've got a wide stance. Wide stance tends to be more helpful for balance, but you can narrow it if you prefer. So rising up with balance when you have it. Just a moment to touch palms together, trace the palms back. Good, and then we're setting up a twist. So you're either taking left hand to that right thigh or left elbow to that right thigh. Twisting the spine open. We're gonna prepare to step up to fierce pose, back up at top of mat. So switch the gaze to be a couple of inches in front of right foot. And then when your balance is ready, slide the left foot forward, still in the twist. Good, hands to heart. Circle arms up to sky, straighten legs. Hands back to heart. Down to hips. Take a little back bend. Good, spine raises up. Take a flow. Inhale, circle up to sky. Exhale, release forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale as hands drop down, travel back, child pose, down dog, or the flow, your choice. Good, and transitioning from kneeling or down dog, you can choose really. The left leg briefly floats to step to outside of left hand. The right knee drops down, hips sink forward. Moment with lizard. You can choose to stay up high on wrist or lower down for a temporary time. Good. So back up to hands. Lift up the right knee. Get the feet in a place of balance. When you're there, arms float up to sky. Try to keep that back heel lifted if you can. Touch palms together, trace them backwards just a hair. And then take the twist. Right hand or right elbow. The thigh, the other one opens. We're preparing to step forward, gaze a couple of inches in front of left foot. Maintain the twist as you slide right foot forward. Good. Hands to heart. Circle arms up to sky. Back down to heart. Let's take one more chance to play with dancer's pose. So again, if you'd like to use wall, that's fine. If you'd like to use strap, that's fine. We're standing on left foot, grabbing right foot. Just taking quad stretch is fine. If you're going to full dancer, lift up left arm and kick the foot into the hand. That's what creates that heart opening. Good. Shoulder, pec, all of that's expanding. One more breath in. Exhale, easy lift. Drop right foot down. Take your balance when you're ready. Left hand to left foot behind back. Okay to stay with quad stretch. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe right arm reaches up. Maybe kick the foot into the hand. Feeling left shoulder, left pec, all of that space open. One more inhale. Exhale, rise, release. We're taking a malasana squat. So if you know you like to sit on a block in malasana, you can set that up. If you know you like to take a wider, just higher stance, that's okay. But feet about as wide as mat if you're doing the full thing. Squatting down, the elbows are pushing into the thighs, helping the hips open. Spine trying to find length up. Two more breaths. Fingers lower to floor. Straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. Take this nice, slightly wider forward fold. From here, hands slide up shins. Inhale. Exhale, fingers come in contact with floor, plant the palms, slide the feet back into plank or kneeling plank. Good, once you're there, use that arm strength to again lower belly to floor. Beautiful, this time locust pose. Hands are by the hips, floating off the ground. 5 times with your inhale, you're gonna try to lift shoulders into the back bend and the legs. So with your inhale, lift up 5. Exhale down, easy. 4, try to slow it down. 3. 2. Last 1. Good, and then we're gonna take one where we hold. Some people can grab onto their feet behind their back. So if you can take that grip, each hand grabbing each foot, that's beautiful. If you cannot grab feet, don't stress about it. Take the same locust pose and just stay lifted for the 3 breaths. So when you're ready, rising up, 3, staying, 2, 1 more. Good, gentle release. Take the palms under your forehead and just rest for a moment. Beautiful. We're transitioning toward pigeon pose. Some people like to go there from kneeling, some people from down dog. So slide your hands underneath you, press into wherever you like to transition from. And then eventually right leg gets slid under and through when you're ready. No rush. Whenever you are there, take at least a breath or 2 to be in the back bend. Feel the opportunity to roll the shoulders open. Feel the heart space get drawn through. And then we start to release down. You'll notice these last couple of minutes, we're incorporating more of these forward fold positions for the heart. The heart openers, the back bends, really are warming for the heart. So it's like we've brought that fire right into the heart space. We've warmed up the heart. The heart is now prepared and comfortable with that warmth. And so here as we go into more forward fold, starting to cool down the body temperature, it's like the snow is outside. It's like it's testing the heart. So can we maintain that warmth in the heart, even if everything around us is a little colder today? Let's take 3 more breaths, just enjoying this half. As we finish that 3rd breath, we take ourselves to a nice recovery pose. So some of us like to recover through down dog, some of us through kneeling. Add some movements, maybe wiggles through hips or legs. It just loosens up some of the tight areas. Again, no sense of rush to get to the second side. But when you're satisfied with that recovery, left leg will slide under for pigeon. And remember to take a moment or two to try to roll the shoulders back, bring the heart through. Release down to sleeping when you're ready. More slow breath flows in, out. Sliding my hands in. Take another recovery, kneeling or down dog. The hips have space. Satisfied there, come to a comfortable seated place. And I'll take one more bonus. This is double pigeon or fire log. So we're taking right leg to be crossed in front or right shin to stack on top, whatever works best for knees and hips. And from here, it's similar to pigeon where we just get to release forward. Only for me, I experience this much more in back and glutes. So giving those areas a nice little bonus before we wrap up. That's that nice fire log image. Yet another way to maintain that warmth that we've created in the heart. Two more breaths on this half. Easy rise up. Switching it out, left crosses in front or stacks on top. And once again, ease your body forward. more good breaths. Here, as we release, if there's last stretches our body is craving prior to Shavasana, it's a beautiful time to explore those last things. No sense of urgency, just exploring, listening to the system. It's like we're tuning into that heart wisdom, because if we ignore the heart tends to get a little colder. Just listening to body, exploring until eventually you're ready for Shavasana, but not any sense of rush to get in. No rush if you're still exploring. But I like the image of imagining the lungs surrounding the heart. So literally we're putting air right next to that warm heart that we created. That air, the act of breathing, helps to ensure that that fire in the heart is staying warm, staying alive. So for the next few minutes, imagine just by the act of breathing, we're maintaining this energetic heat that we started, more of like a metaphorical heat, that warming of the heart, reminding us we don't have to be cold-hearted as we go through life. Just allow yourself to be with breath for the next few minutes. Beautiful inhales, long relaxing exhales. Begin to deepen our inhales. Deepen our exhales. Introduce little movements back to fingers and toes. Ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Perhaps eventually taking a nice fetal position off to one side. Doing several good bonus breaths here. Maybe a good 4 or 5 easy deep cycles until sooner or later you feel ready to rise, but no sense of rush. Whenever we arise, we'll join hands together in front of heart. Imagine ourselves kind of like the Grinch. Sometimes there's situations where we've been put in our own kind of locked down house. It's like we felt isolated from the rest of the world. And so kind of like this cold weather, sometimes that leads us to have a cold heart as well. But today we imagine, at least kind of metaphorically, our heart has grown several sizes bigger. We have more capacity for compassion. Our heart has been able to be stretched energetically in all directions. And so we have more love, more acceptance. We're looking out for others just a little bit better. And so with this large heart to lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.